Morning, it's now Sunday the 15th, day 2 of the big build. I've been on here about an hour so far. Today is when the weld mesh goes on the bottom to make things more secure. As you saw before, the mesh that I've got, the panels I've got are quite battered and beaten. There's holes in them, there's gaps in them, the wire is twisted. So something could theoretically get through that. So what I'm doing, I've got some narrow gauge weld mesh. It's about an inch square, not particular thick stuff, but it doesn't need to be, because all it's there for is to stop anything small getting through. The big stuff, the big bars will step through, so this can be chewed through, not a problem. If it does get chewed through, they won't get very far, and I can repair it with another piece because I've got plenty left. I've got like half a roll left over there. So the plan is to fix this all the way around. At the moment it's held on with cable ties so far around here, as you can probably see there. Then I'm going to fold this round, staple it onto the wood at this side here, like that. Give it a bit of extra security. It's folded out about a foot or so at the bottom. Eventually what's going to happen here, on this bit edge here where the path is, I'm going to dig down and put some concrete edging panels. Then you can see through to the fence at the back there with the concrete panels on. I'm going to get some of those and then just simply dig them in along the edge of here to define the edge of my plot, firstly, and secondly to add a bit more security, because they'll stand a bit proud. This fence will be dug in behind it, but for the time being this large chunk of wood is going to be rested on top of it. Cutting out on the corner so I can fold it, and I've done one side so far. As you can see, I've gone round all the way and I've clipped off. I'm going to have excess when I get around the other side, but I've done it that way so that I can actually have a bit of spare and a bit of space. What I didn't want to do is get around the side over by the door where I finally finished and find I'm a foot short and have to cut an extra foot on, because then that becomes a weak spot. So as you can see, this bit here reaches past the door already. I reckon that by the time I finish it's going to come to probably about here, about another foot or so in, maybe a bit more, which is great. That's not a problem. This should now then be secure. I'm going to fasten it along the length with cable ties, top, bottom and middle, so it's not going to come down, and the girls will be fine. And that will also mean that tonight, for the first time, I can leave the girls to put themselves to bed and get themselves up again in the morning. I don't have to worry about coming down late on. I can do what I need to do down here, go home, I'll leave the girls and be happy and safe, and know they're safe and secure. Especially when I've double side skinned that door, because that door is going to have chicken wire on the inside as well as the outside, and more battens put across to strengthen it. That's what I'm planning to do today. I'll get on with it and show you when I'm finished. Bye for now. Welcome back. It's now time to show you the almost finished article here. On the last video I was about to attach the weld mesh, so as you can see it's attached now. I've got cable ties at top, middle and bottom, and that piece of wood there is just simply there as a temporary measure till I can get some edging panels down. I've got strengthening battens in the door, as you can see. I know they're not the right way around, the top one should be the other side, but I'm not a carpenter. I put them together and I'm bloody pleased with what I've done, to be honest. I'm really happy with this, as I don't normally do anything like this at all. But the wire is secure all the way around. As I said, there's this big piece of wood on it here, and down this side there are flagstones, so nothing's going to dig underneath that. And on the other side I've got wood and also flagstones again. Eventually what we're going to have is proper flagstones down here to make a path. I've got wood down here temporarily because I don't have any flagstones of the right size. Everything's just about an inch too big to squeeze down that gap, unfortunately. But I'll get some, I'll work them out, and we'll put that down here. And the inside skin on there, the other mesh I was going to put on, is going to have to wait because I've run out of staples. So I've got to go and get some more staples, but it's a cosmetic thing at the moment, and hopefully what I've got on there now will be secure, because there's enough staples in there now to fasten them to a battleship. There really is. Not putting a lock on the gate because I think that's futile. If somebody wants in, they're going to get in. But what I have done, I've put some cable ties through the hasp and staple just to hold it steady. So Just back up a little bit and give you the full effect. Oh yes, one other thing I haven't shown you yet. Obviously, when we had the run before, the food and water were undercover. But having it outside in a run like this, there is nowhere to put the food and water, well the food especially, undercover, because with it being pellets, when you get water on it, they expand. The feeder is a gravity feeder. As the chickens peck, the food drops down. Once it gets wet, that food just clogs and they can't get any food. So what I've done, let me get around this side and show you. I've taken an old coal frame, I've taken the front off it, put one bar underneath it just to hold it stable. I'm going to say steady. Get my words mixed up there. So as you can see in there, we've got water to the left and food to the right. All the way around, sorry, food to the left, water to the right, get it right way around. Water they're going through at a rapid rate at the moment. I need to fill that up every day pretty much. They should be going through a few hundred millilitres of water a day, and they're going through between them about a litre each, I think, at the moment. It's been warm, so you can't blame them. So that's another extra little thing I've done since you last saw it. And I've also put some perches in here. Let me just get around this side. Just all branches, two different sizes, because I wasn't sure what size they'd like. This big one in front just seems to be one they like. Yellow, the chicken at the back, she likes this one. She's on it all the time at the moment. The others, with them being ex-battery hens, they're not exactly used to perching, so we shall wait and see. And I'm not sure if I told you before, but I've identified that the one chicken who's laying very, very thin shelled eggs, paper thin shelled, that's the one that's nearest to us, with her back to us now. That's red. She's laying every day, but the eggs that are coming out are paper thin, and so they're basically cracking and breaking as she's laying them, which is a shame, because she has laid good eggs in the past. We've tried all sorts to try and get her to lay proper eggs. We've given them cod liver oil in the food, we've given them sardines to eat. I've got a vitamin D and calcium supplement in the water at the moment. Her eggs are getting better, so I'm hoping that now we've moved them to this open area where she can get a lot of sunlight, a lot of foraging around, and basically be a happier chicken. We might end up getting some proper eggs from her again. If we don't, it's not a major thing. We're getting 2 a day from the others pretty much every day, so we'll wait and see how she does. But overall, I'm happy with what we've got here. Anyway, that's the end of the big build. I won't bore you with it anymore. So thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Bye for now.